Next Generation Weather Forecaster Joe Shaka here from patreon.com/OMTCGS. Today's video will be going up on YouTube. Since there's not much to talk about with tropical tracks, we're going to be taking a look at what may be coming along, though, down the road over the next few weeks. So let's start looking here at the MJO, the Madden-Julian Oscillation. Again, you can see we're in Phase 4, coming into Phase 5. But once we're in Phase 5, it's becoming more and more likely that we're going to be looping around into the null phase, which means there's no MJO forcing present. And when there's no MJO forcing present in the month of October, we can get some pretty active tropical development. So it looks like that's going to be happening going through probably as we get closer to the 20th and the last 10 days of October. So you see the MJO. Phase 4 and 5, yeah, there's a little bit of enhancement, but nothing too wild going on. Then the null phase is active no matter what time of the year it is. It always favors tropical development during the tropical season globally. So you can see what Phase 4 and 5 of the MJO pattern look like there. Japanese vertical velocity pattern, I like to call it the upward motion pattern because we're looking for upward motion for tropical development. But in this case, we have sinking motion over the Atlantic Basin and upward motion over the Pacific. So you can see widespread sinking motion, part of the MJO being in that Phase 5, suppressing tropical development. But however, you can see along the East Coast some neutral signal with the enhanced rainfall with the front that's coming through now over the next few days, and there'll be a coastal storm this upcoming weekend that rides up the East Coast, probably from the mid-Atlantic up into New England, which will bring some heavy rain, non-tropical, but it's upper motion, so it's going to show a neutral signal. And then you can see the trough coming in over the Great Lakes, which will spawn that system. But there's the ridge over troubled water. This goes to next weekend, and about this time, we're going to start be looking in the Caribbean, the eastern part of the Caribbean. Now, week 2, look out. You can see just south of Florida over Cuba. You can see some upward motion showing up. You can see also we have enhanced rainfall there, and there's some lower heights down there. So week 2 starts getting interesting, and then week 3 and 4 look like this. You can see upward motion along the East Coast and in the Caribbean, the enhanced rainfall from the Caribbean northward up along the East Coast, and a trough sitting around here, which would pick up any system and send it possibly into the United States along the East Coast at this time. And this is going again days 17 to 30 as we end the month of October. So that's definitely something that I'm watching past the 20th of the month. Now, the European, this is something new. ECM has released some additional data. So this is the probability of tropical cyclone from hour 264 to 432. And again, the models have not been doing a good job seeing the beginnings of these systems. But anyway, you can see how it has some enhancement here along the East Coast and possibly even into the Gulf of Mexico. Again, there's more than likely going to be a system around Cuba in the last 10 days of October. You can see the possible tracks up the East Coast or maybe even into the Gulf of Mexico. Or maybe there'll be 2 systems. We'll have to see how that works, but you can see the enhancement going along here in the Caribbean during that time period, hour 264, which is day 12 through day 20, I believe, at day 25. You can see what that looks like there. Now, this is the precipitation anomaly from the European, and you can see here, this is the analysis, and this is the forecast over here. So you can see 1 through 7 is dry, 5 through 11, 8 to 14, we start loading up here in the Gulf of Mexico, and then days 12 to 18, you can see how we're neutral to above normal in the Caribbean, and that's pretty much the case. 12 to 18, days 15 to 21, 19 to 25, and 22 to 28. You can see how there's some enhancement there. That white and blue showing up in the Gulf of Mexico and along the East Coast. So that's going to be something interesting to watch over the next several days, to say the least. So that's pretty cool stuff that we have going on here. And of course, the water temperature is plenty warm enough to support tropical development, as we are, you can see here, well above normal, several degrees Celsius above normal. So with all that looked at, my tropical outlook between now and the end of the month favors activity, favorable conditions for activity in the western part of the Atlantic Basin and the Caribbean, and unfavorable now in the MDR, since we're pretty much shutting down the African wave train, and that's what we expect as we come out towards the back end of the Atlantic hurricane season. But again, next few weeks, look out, East Coast, Eastern Gulf of Mexico, and the Caribbean. There will likely be at least one more impactful storm before the season's over. That's it for now, and thank you for watching.